So you are saying that the area governor is provided with reports of 90,000 IDPs in this camp, but has never in the 3 years provided any medical supplies or food.
Exactly.
These 90,000 IDPs. All right. So you mentioned in your statement, you only see government representatives after an attack.
Yes.
You didn't say after the attack. So have there been other attacks aside from this August 25, which is the subject of our hearing today?
Yes.
How many have there been in the 3 years that you have been living in this camp?
Approximately 58.
58 attacks?
Yes.
And have they all been in the same manner, would you
Yes.
say? Yes.
So I don't understand. There's no way a good president would let this happen to his
Absolutely,
people.
absolutely what we are saying. There's no way that a good president could let this happen to his people.
Could shoot his own people? No. That would be very wrong.
Absolutely. So wouldn't you believe that it'd be a more credible possibility if there were the alleged crimes were committed by, say, mismanagement of troops, the commander, which was mentioned in your brief earlier.
These are systemic. There have been 58 attacks, all the same.
Okay.
I am Omar Al-Bashir, President of the Republic of Sudan, and I do not recognize the latest attempts by the civilized West to meddle with the internal affairs of Sudan. Let me remind you that Sudan has not ratified the Statute of Rome, under which the ICC is attempting to prosecute me today. This is an attempt to disrupt the autonomy of the Sudanese state, a state that our people have fought and died for since the departure of the European
58
colonial
attacks.
power.
Is that large number on the same
Can I
hand?
just clarify here?
Can you answer my question? 58 attacks, leading up, culminating into one attack on the 25th of August.
Yes.
Would you say that's quite a number of attacks on the same camp?
Is it at the same camp? I didn't
yes,
see
it is.
58 attacks at the same time.
Can I just refer back to statements?
I heard you.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that I had...
undocumented, that are documented. Okay. Given to the area governor, who
Yes.
reports to you. Okay.
Well, like I said,
Culminating
it goes to
on
my
the
ministry.
25th of August,
Yes.
2008.
Yes.
All of those went to your office.
Yes.
So, in a state of emergency, are you saying that am I to believe that you disregarded incident reports of rebel groups who are quote-unquote rebel groups on an IDP camp 58 times? That you disregarded those? Or did you have knowledge of those?
I never said that I did.
So let me, for the purpose of this, for the court to hear, you had knowledge of 58 attacks culminating on the 25th of August, 2008, of attacks on a registered IDP camp.
These are human rights fundamentalists. And beware of human rights fundamentalists posing as human rights advocates. There were attacks in Iraq. There were genocide in Rwanda. There were attacks in Cambodia. There was no question of human rights. When it comes to my country, which has oil, there are human rights. Your Excellency, you are running a democratic state.
I am.
And there are very challenges in your country.
Absolutely, and I do not deny them.
Ethnicity, desertification, drought, and the rest. Your Honors, you cannot impose democracy and human rights in a particular state or do it in Mozambique. You must recognize the challenges that my client is facing. There is a war in the south, there is a war in the west, there is a war inside the country, and has been trying my best. He has been trying his best.
This is an attack that has been perpetually going on, and lives, men, torture, rape has all taken place at a very enormous rate, Your Honor. Let me just start with the witnesses. We presented 2 witnesses, very credible. Fatima is a local. She has gone through this. Your Honor, you heard her saying she actually saw her husband dying in one of these attacks. She has nothing to gain, nothing to lose by merely saying what the truth was. The other witness was a medical doctor, professionally trained. She has nothing to offer to anybody. She has been out there giving humanitarian services. She said it all. What were the things she said? They never knew of any arms in the camp. They never saw any friction and tension. These were peaceful, innocent people. So I will leave it there for the witnesses. I know, Your Honor, you could be a darling that has come to judgment. Let me just touch again on the area of the Rome Statute. They seem to be talking about signatory and approver. Your Honor, Sudan is a signatory to the Rome Statute. The approval is yet to come. I accept that. I agree with them from that front. But the point I am saying here, I got the information that the very accused, who has been the head of state, is responsible for stifling the processes wherein the country should actually
The
endorsed.
prosecution has failed to establish how Sudan is party to the Rome Statute, how the court can override international treaty law, how it can override diplomatic immunity, how it's been extinguished for a democratically elected head of state. The Sudan is not the greatest impediment to the legitimacy of this court. The US is. Let's get this very clear. You cannot accuse us, and that is not what's being debated here. We are debating the issue of an individual's actions, and that has not been addressed. We've been putting Sudan on trial. Neither of the witnesses is a politician or a military advisor. Neither has provided evidence that Bashir directed this attack at the civilian population. No evidence has been given of this at all.
Does this case thus pose a new precedent for dealing with war crimes and human rights abuses perpetrated by governments in power? And what are the wider implications of this in relation to norms of international law?
Because of the proof they are provided by the witnesses is not strong enough to convict that our president is solely guilty.
Under the Rome Statute, precedent set out by the Nuremberg trial that active state doctrine and sovereign immunity does not excuse your client from international law to which all persons are personally responsible. It was difficult for us to create the link between Bashir and the events that this trial has been set out to prove. However, as a head of state, we do find that he is ultimately responsible for the actions of his military.
We, the jury, find the accused, Omar Al-Bashir, President of the Republic of Sudan, guilty of the crimes against humanity and guilty of war crimes.
We do.
And will you comply with the terms of this ridiculous judgment?
I think that we are going to appeal because the reasons on which the judgment was made was unfounded. The final judges made the decision on evidence that was false, and we will be appealing the decision of the court.